Hi everybody, Tom Chapman here, and welcome back to my MapTool tutorial series. Today we're going to be talking about vision and the night and day settings and lighting sources. So this might be kind of a long video. So up until now we've been dealing with no vision, nothing at all. We've kind of dealt with fog of war a little bit, but adding vision changes some aspects of the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my MapTool windows and I'll demonstrate some of these things from there. So here we have our two instances of MapTool. We have the GM on the left, the player on the right. And what I want to show you first are a couple of different vision arcs that are set up in the token. So I have my lonely hero here. I'm going to drag him way out onto the board to show you some of the vision options that we have. So when we have a PC set and we open up our edit token to see everything that's in here, we can go to the config tab, and under there we have has sight, and right now I'm going to set this to normal and hit OK. So normal vision allows a token to have a vision out to a set range. Now if you remember way back many videos ago, we set a preference that the maximum distance a token can see on a new map is 100 feet. So right now, normal tops out at whatever the map tops out at. So this big white circle that we see tops out at 100 feet. Now I'm going to show you some other ones. I'll show you normal short. This is a very tiny range. So when I hover over that, that's a total of 25 feet out, or 12.5 feet radius from our hero token. And then if you use facing, conic vision might come in handy. So when I hover over this, the token sees that way, or I can rotate it and they can see whatever's in that cone. I'm going to clear the facing for right now. And the last one that I've never used but you might have a use for is square vision. So just a square that tops out at the vision distance of the map. And those are the four main normal types of vision, and I'll get into some of the specialty visions here in just a moment. So I'm going to drag our little hero token back into room 1, and then I'm going to zoom in so that we see just room 1. Now vision is a map property. So if I come up here to my GM screen and I go to map, and then I come down here to vision, we see three options. We have off, day, and night. So right now, and every video up until now has used off. So what off means is it's just a normal battle map. Just like if you were playing on a kitchen table or something, whatever's in front of you is what you can see. So if it's out there invisible, you can see it. For right now, I'm going to turn it to day. Now, day assumes pretty much bright sunlight sitting out where your vision is unobstructed. But in this case, I have vision blocking. So when I hover over my hero token, you see that the white outline is the vision blocking formed by the room. So if I click on my vision blocking, you can see all these blue lines. So even though the players can see the entire map, over here on the right, they can't see all the tokens that are there if they're visible because the vision blocking is blocking them. So right now, our lonely hero can see 6 skeletons. But let's say one of these skeletons was actually over here in room 6. If that skeleton is in room 6, I can still see it over here on the GM screen, but over here on the player screen, it has disappeared because day takes into account vision blocking and what your vision of your PC can see. Now I'm going to bring this skeleton back and I'm going to show you night. So I'm going to come back up here, go to vision and select night. Night assumes pure darkness. So underground in a cave, no source of light at all is the idea that we have here. In this case, if you notice over on the left-hand screen, everything looks bright as can be, and we can see everything, but on the player screen on the right, everything is gone even though everything's bright as day. You'll see it better when we turn on Fog of War, but for right now, let's deal with why we can't see anything. Currently, our hero has normal vision. His vision tops out when he gets to 100 feet or vision blocking. However, just like our normal vision in a cave, without a light source, we can't see anything. So luckily, MapTool has a number of light sources built in. So let's give our hero some sort of lighting. We right-click on our hero, come down to light source, And there's two options. D20 assumes the D20 sources that you can normally find, like candles, ever-burning torches, lamps, things like that. And then generic is just a set distance. Let's deal with D20 for right now. When I select one of these, it will only reveal what is within that distance. So candle reveals within 5 feet, ever-burning torch within 20 feet. The best one on here is a sun rod, which is out to 30 feet. When I select it, it will show a bright lit area close to the token. I'll do the candle first, and then shows a dim area before darkness. So let me click on the candle. Our hero now has light, so over on our player screen, we can see just a sliver of this skeleton. But if we look closely, within 5 feet of the candle, it's well lit, and then you see this dim dark part right here, which is by the rules of both Pathfinder and D&D 3.5. Anything outside of that distance is still not visible to this character. So let's change the power and see what we can reveal. So we're going to right click on our hero and let's give him a better light source. Let's give him a lamp. Ooh, that lamp revealed quite a bit. As you can see, there's still 2 skeletons over here that we can't see yet. But thanks to our lamp, there's more light, so we can see these 2 skeletons in bright light, and these 2 skeletons are in dim light over here. Let's give our hero one better, and let's go ahead and go for a sun rod. Now with the sun rod, these 4 skeletons are in the well-lit area, and these 2 are in dim light. Now I'm going to reset this lighting. We can right-click on our hero, go to light source, and I want to clear the lights. So now everything's back in darkness. I'm going to give him a candle so we know where he is. And then let's talk about some other options that we have. Lighting can be added to any token. So, for example, one of these NPC skeletons could be holding some sort of light. So let's go down to this far skeleton here, right-click on this skeleton, and let's give him a candle as well, because skeletons always hold candles. So what this shows us on the player screen is we can barely see the edge of this skeleton from our candle, but we know that there's a skeleton holding a candle on the other side of the room, and it's dimly lighting up another skeleton next to it. So NPCs can hold light sources. Let's get rid of this guy. Objects can also hold light sources. So over here in my library, I already have a bunch of torches from my mapping packs. I'm going to select Object and drag a torch out. I'm going to put this torch right here, rotate it, and I'm going to give it a light source. Let's just give it a torch. So now, thanks to that torch, it's lighting up a large amount of this room. So you can put that in objects. Now we can also do this. Let's say I have this and I want to make it hidden. So I've now made this hidden token have a light source. It is still on a torch. But when I look at the player screen, the room is lit, but we don't know from where. So you can use that as an effect too. So with it back on the object level, one thing to note is that if I right-click it and make it invisible to players, it does not do the same thing as putting it on the hidden layer. So keep that in mind. Hidden layer, you can use it as a mysterious light source, but once it's invisible to players, that light source disappears. So I'm going to delete my torch now, and I'm left with just the candle that my lonely hero has in his possession. Now let's say this hero isn't a human. Let's say in Pathfinder or 3.5 that this is an elf. I'm going to double click, and now I have low light vision. What this does is it doubles the power of the light source that you have, just like in the game. And I can also take it up one more notch and go to dark vision. Now dark vision reveals the room. I still have light, but as in the rules, dark vision is allowed out to 60 feet. Let's say if this was a dwarf or a half-orc. Now this tops out at 60 feet. So if I were in a bigger room, it could only go so far. So I'm going to clear this light source, clear lights, and I'm going to reset this to normal vision. And let's talk about how this plays with Fog of War. So I'm going to go up here, and as we've already discussed, when I turn on Fog of War, let's reset the vision to off. With Fog of War, it covers the entire map in blackness, and you don't know what's there until you discover it. So, with Fog of War on and Vision up here set to off, once revealed, everything stays visible. So I'm going to select our hero, reveal this room, then I'm going to move this hero over here to room 6. What that means is once revealed, everything stays visible. Vision blocking is still on this door, but I know that those skeletons are there because all vision is off. With the vision blocking there, I can go up to my map, Vision, select Day, and this does a true Fog of War, where you can only see exactly what is in the room you're in, but any room that you have left that you can't see directly, anything in there you can no longer see. So for example, we know that there's skeletons in room 1 because we can see them over here, but because we're no longer in that room, a soft Fog of War has now covered that. Now I'm going to move this guy back, and I'm going to reset the Fog of War by shift clicking. He has normal vision, and we're going to give him a light source. We're going to give him that candle again. Now I'm going to come back up here, and in Vision, I'm going to select Night. Now with Night and Fog of War, you can't reveal anything outside of the light range, and once revealed and you leave the area, it covers that with soft fog. So just like Day, only when I select my hero and hit Control-I now, I only reveal that much. The more powerful the light, such as my torch, the more powerful the light, the more it reveals of that room. Now it's possible to make some custom light sources, and that is through campaign properties, but we're going to talk more about using campaign properties to set up special items in your game later on in a later video. For now, that should cover almost everything for lighting and vision and light sources and Fog of War and how that all interacts with each other. If I've missed anything, let me know, and I'll answer it either in the chat below or I'll create a whole other video for it. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been helpful. Lighting and vision and Fog of War adds a really cool aspect to the game. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.